Still on that story, the ACDP has come out in support of George Mayor Melvin Naik. For more on that, we're joined by the party's Ferlon Christians from our Cape Town studio. Thanks for your time, sir. We do appreciate it. So, of course, the ACDP showed support for the mayor in the legislature. Tell us why.
Thank you very much. I think it's important to realize that I've not heard about the interview, but the electorate, the voter, people approached me and said there's somebody being persecuted by the DA for his Christian conviction. Now, as the ACDP, I mean, our party is based on Christian values and biblical principles. And what I said was that in the legislature last week on Thursday, I said that we support the mayor because he said that it went out that this will go under the name of the George municipality. And he said, I need to, as a Christian and my personal belief, I need to voice my opinion to say that I don't approve of this. That is what he said. So people of the public came to me and said, who's standing up for this guy? And I need to, as a Christian, need to stand up for my guy and stand up for his opinion and his personal views, because it's all about freedom of expression. So he can express himself, and I believe the DA is going to investigate him further, and there's an inquiry. But I believe he, as a person, should be able to speak his mind and his personal conviction.
Well, as mayor of a town, surely you need to uphold the constitutional values of our country. Yeah,
I agree with you wholeheartedly, but his right has been taken away of saying how he feels. I mean, we all know what the Constitution says, but I think his views, his personal views that he had and his Christian beliefs was taken away from him. So I believe that the DA is hypocritical of wanting to investigate him further, because he also has got a right.
What do you say to people who say that this is something that's derogatory? It's a statement that's derogatory. It takes our country back in terms of equality. I mean, those are valid points, aren't they?
I think it's valid points, but I also looked at, I read his statement in context. And in his statement, he says, listen, I'm not discriminating against anybody. I'm not passing judgment. He says the following words. He said that I'll pray for them, and God has created us all. So in that context, I supported him because I believe he did not say it as derogatory. He said it out of his Christian beliefs. And I think we should speak our minds out of our belief system.
Sorry, you said he said that he'll pray for them. Pray for what? Exactly.
He said he'll pray for them. He said he'll bless them. He said he said the following words, and he said, I am not discriminating against anyone, and I'm not passing judgment, but I'll pray for them. That is what he said in his statement.
Oh, so just to be clear, he wasn't praying to save them or change who they are in any way.
Of course, the context tells you that he said, I'll pray for them. So it's most probably, and I'm going to talk out of context, but the important thing is he said to them, he cannot approve this festival because of his Christian beliefs. And because of our Christian beliefs, we believe, what I read into that statement is that you'll pray for their lifestyle.
Now, as a mayor of a town, how do you bring in your Christian beliefs when it comes to a festival that's been held in your town that's ultimately going to raise awareness about homophobic attacks, that ultimately is going to bring money to your economy? That's the line that's been crossed here. He's the mayor. He's not just an ordinary member of the legislature.
Yes. Yeah, you see, the important thing, the important thing for me is we must protect all. Everybody is equal in front of the Constitution, in front of God. So we must protect. We must never promote hate speech. We must never be derogatory towards other people because of their belief system. But what I'm saying is that, and that was my point. My point was, he's the first citizen of George, and he, on a radio interview, expressed his personal views. He must be able to express his personal views. He must be saying, this is my belief system, and I don't approve of this. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
His personal views are not in line with the party's constitution. It's also not in line with the country's constitution. That's the issue here.
Yeah, another issue I can raise, and I mean, it's quite, and you're quite right with that. But I'm saying that, and this is what I said in the legislature, there's millions and millions of Christians voting for the DA. And now that Christians in the DA voice their opinion, they are persecuted because now taking him for investigation. So it means that the DA does not represent him and that Christians does not belong in the DA. Because they don't represent him.
I'm looking at
if that is not their views.
I'm looking at past articles on you and what you've said regarding gay people in South Africa. I mean, some of them are quoting you as saying that it's a sin and that you would not encourage young people to engage in homosexual sex.
I said that before, and I maintain that. I maintain that for me as a Christian, it is to be, I said that because we were discussing about introducing gay sex at schools, and I said the Western Cape government must not normalize sin, and that was the topic of that day. I said we cannot introduce gay sex at school to educate our youngsters.
Now, you say it's a sin, and I know the Bible a little bit, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever happened to judge not lest ye be judged? Because it sounds like you're judging a lot.
No. You see, the important thing is this. I'm very clear and I'm very frank. I said I will not judge. But what I'm saying is because we love them all. It's all human beings.
Who's them?
We love human beings. That is who they are. God created all of us. All of us are human beings. And we need to love all of us as human beings. But as a Christian, we condemn the lifestyles of gays. And I said we cannot participate in gay sex. I believe that is against, as a Christian, against us, and I stand by that point.
And you say it's a lifestyle because you apparently have scientific proof that people choose to be gay, when in fact it is an orientation that does not give one the choice, according to many.
Okay, that is your view, but bring it back to the topic. The topic was, I was expressing my view as the Mayor of George speaking about freedom of his speech, about his conviction. I don't want to drag this somewhere else now. My statement I made was, the Mayor must not be called to a disciplinary for his personal remarks he made.
But you're expressing views, and you must remember in our constitutional democracy, one right does not supersede another, especially when it is oppressive. And the views expressed by the mayor and you in the past oppresses society, it oppresses us and takes us back to a state of inequality, because that's what it ultimately boils down to. How do you, as an ACDP member, a politician, take your views, your private views, and make it match up with our constitutional rights? It obviously is not going to go hand in hand, is it?
Yes, it's not going to go hand in hand, but for me, as a Christian politician, being in politics, being the leader of the ACDP in the Western Cape, the Bible supersedes the Constitution. To me, I believe in the Bible, and I do what expected me as a Christian human being. So yes, of course, there's going to be certain things that's in conflict with the Constitution, but I will never speak down on people. I will never do those type of things. What I'm saying is we must build this in Africa going forward, but we must allow people to speak their personal views according to their Christian beliefs.
So how can you be a political leader when some of your beliefs are in total clash with the Constitution? I find it difficult to understand, especially when you say you have views and your views are oppressive, when you say that being gay is a sin.
I think the important thing is, and that's why I believe, and that's why I belong to a Christian party, because I can speak what is required from me. Because our constitution, the ACDP's constitution, is based on biblical principles, and that is what we fight for. We want to see a godly government. We want to see a God-fearing government, people that honor God, and we want to see a godly government. That is what we strive for in this country, South Africa.
You know, I've spoken to your leader, Kenneth Meshwe, on the same issue, and he had much difficulty trying to say how both are going to work hand in hand when you're a politician and you have Christian beliefs that are basically also against the constitution of this country. So let me ask you this. With your views on homosexuality, do you still say that you love all citizens in this country, that you love homosexual people in this country?
No. I love every single person in this country, including homosexuals. I love them because God has created us all equal.
But not equal in your eyes, apparently.
No, I didn't say that. What I said, God loves us all equally, and I love homosexuals. I love everybody because that's the creation of God.
Okay, I'd love to end on those words. You love everyone and homosexuals. ACDP Ferlon Christians joining us from our Cape Town studio.